Welcome to Helen's Digital Disruptors, St.Lucian Women for Innovation and Technological Change, brought to you by Civil St. Lucian National Chapter. Today, I have a guest with me, Ms. PAULA WASTON-POPO. PAULA, tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, Nyla. Definitely a pleasure to be here. Currently, I'm the Project Services Manager at the National Insurance Property Development and Management Company Limited, and primarily responsible for the management of construction projects from minor to moderate and major projects.
So what area of the STEM field do you work with?
So I currently, I'm a trained civil engineer, and I currently manage project teams. So I manage the design team, architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, and then once the project is designed, then I follow through the execution phase where we continue to manage the contractors and the other consultants on the project, just to ensure that everything is well coordinated and the projects are delivered according to the standards of the building works contract and within the budget that was established for the project.
Nice. What sparked your interest in this area?
I would be lying if I said I always knew what I wanted to do. I always loved sciences, and I do have a love for the natural environment. I grew up in a family of 6 brothers. Grew up with 6 brothers and 1 sister, and all of us have careers in STEM in one form or the other.
Nice.
So I did grow up in that kind of environment. And so I first studied microbiology and chemistry at the University of the West Indies, and then thereafter I studied civil engineering in Cuba.
Nice. What challenges have you faced academically and professionally being a civil engineer?
Well, academically, in the earlier part, others would say a strange career for a young woman to choose. But for the most part, the challenges weren't necessarily with the academics, but when it actually started in the working world. And there are stereotypes associated with especially within the field of construction, which I'm a part of. My first employment in my field was with the C. Williams group of companies, where I was the quality assurance officer. And in this role, it was primarily to do with material sciences. So it was a lot of testing of construction materials, testing of the ready-mix products, precast products. I used to also supervise and do testing for the asphalt products as well. And then soon after that, I was recruited from a Trinidadian firm where I furthered my knowledge in material science. And this firm was primarily engaged in the research and development of concrete admixtures and products for the cement and ready-mix industries.
Okay. Nice. So most of your problems were faced more professionally. Tell me a little about that. What has been one of your biggest challenges in your professional field? Has it been just the stigma associated with a young woman in a construction-based field?
No, it has not. Because of the particular niche in civil engineering that I have specialized in, which is concrete technology, construction materials and testing, it's even a rare place to find a female, right? And so for the most part, when I was recruited, it's because somebody recommended me and recommended that I have the requisite skills and knowledge to undertake the work. And for the most part, I was in environments where it was just purely male-dominated. I remember one of the roles I took up actually in Trinidad and Tobago. When I first arrived, I was managing about 10 technicians at the time, and they were all male. And the first day, one of the technicians, the guys would like to come and eat their lunch. I'm like, but they can eat their lunch. Apparently they heard that I was aggressive
Because you're
So these are some of the things when you stand your ground as
Yes.
a female in your field. People label you as aggressive, which took me by surprise because I never saw myself as aggressive.
Right.
Needless to say, by the time they got to know me, we developed, we had a great team
rapport.
and we worked really well together.
Looking back on your career, what is one thing you would have changed in your working environment to break the bias?
Okay, I would say even for the reproductive rights of women, and because on one of these occasions I became pregnant with my first child, and the question was, would she be able to continue to work in the field and do what she has to do, even though I did continue to work and I didn't allow my pregnancy to affect the work that I was doing. So I would say, but even then, there are times when certain considerations need to be put in place for women who become pregnant, to help them, get through that phase of their lives, because we are the ones giving birth to future generations and guiding them. And, we have our part to play as women. And it's because we're women why we're great leaders, because we bring all that nurturing and that intuitiveness into all our roles.
What leadership advice would you give to young women and girls interested in pursuing STEM?
I would say go ahead. Don't let what people are saying. That's not your problem, what people are saying. People can say whatever they want.
Right.
And I think that has always been the way with me. I'm very blind to what people are saying. I have a job to do, I do it, and I deliver. I'm blind to what other people. Do not fit yourself into a box that someone else has prepared for you. You be your authentic self. Build your life around your authentic self. You bring a particular flavor to everything that you do. So just keep true to that, and you will find your way and you will find your niche.
What do you think can be done to promote greater levels of gender equality in the STEM field?
Well, firstly, I believe it starts at the primary and even kindergarten levels, where girls can be introduced to the idea of STEM and they can participate in STEM, and just close the knowledge and skill areas for women and girls. A recent study done by the EU actually showed that closing that gender gap will actually increase GDP by as much as 3% by 2050, and can have this amazing impact on all the different regions of the world. Women have valuable contributions to make, and why should we deny the world our value?
Our greatness. As we approach International Women's Day, what generous words would you like to give our women?
I would like to say being a woman is something to be celebrated. We are multifaceted, we're innovative, we're nurturers, and we need to move forward with that. Let's be ourselves, let's be women, let's be all that we are. We're multifaceted Caribbean women, and I just want to say happy International Women's Day to all the women of St. Lucian, all the women throughout the region. You're doing an amazing job, and continue. Keep it up.
Thank you so much for joining us, PAULA, on Helen's Digital Disruptors. We look forward to having you again next time.
Most welcome. Thank you for having me.